I am Doomsvince, and this is day 35 of Spawn Year.
Neil Gaiman is an expert at subverting readers' expectations, especially when he does it by having characters act completely counter to what we've seen from them in previous issues. McFarlane set this miniseries up in Spawn 26, with a lot of information about the coming war with Heaven and Hell. Everything we learn there points to Spawn playing some pivotal role, and thank Bulgy, there hasn't been any prophecy nonsense yet. The angelic director of Terran Affairs, Gabrielle, get it, the angel Gabrielle, met with Spawn and told him he would have to choose sides. Here, when Spawn comes to Elysia, she is giddy when she thinks Angela and Spawn have both been killed by an angel sniper. They've actually just disappeared to some vaguely mystical cavern through Spawn's cape. Also in 26, Malebolgia goes on and on about how he has some incredibly clever reason he chose Al to lead his army and is keeping it a secret. Al's been bumbling around trying to decide what to do with himself, and Malebolgia acts like confused and frustrated is just where he wants him. Here, he doesn't even know where Al is, when up to this point, we've only seen him watch Spawn from Hell, quote, somewhere in time, laughing at him. And despite his super convoluted plan for Spawn that we apparently haven't scratched the surface of in 28 issues, he tells the ambiguous lead angel, once he figures out Spawn is in a heavenly dimension and has therefore broken the truce between heaven and hell, I'll tell you what, if it's Simmons, you can keep him. That boy is really starting to piss me off. What? Okay, before I get too deep into this, I have to ask, who is this angel with the celestial body? If Bulgy is somewhere in time, maybe she's somewhere in space. Clearly, Gaiman is ignoring the perceptions that were being forced on characters interacting with Spawn before this, and allowing people to feel the way they probably really would if the protagonist of the story is incompetent and whining. Gaiman seems determined to stay faithful and true to who Spawn seems to be at the core, at the expense of keeping the narrative and secondary character motivations consistent, and that's almost fair. I mean, why start now? So despite giving us a quick on her feet, carefree, spirited, but calculating Angela, Gaiman presents Spawn as slow on the uptake and socially awkward, especially around confident, skimpily dressed, immortal women. And no one can stand him. Except for Angela, and that's the part that befuddles me. Angela is a hunter of Hellspawns. She refers to Spawn in this issue as it. Hellspawns are animals to her. But because Spawn helps her escape from court while on trial for treason, she treats him like a person, and the issue ends with Spawn keeping her warm in a cave that has a conveniently placed candle for no good reason, and it's strongly implied that Angela sleeps with Spawn. So while everyone who just a couple issues ago acted like Spawn was the key to the outcome of a celestial battle centuries in the making, suddenly and ironically wants Spawn dead, the angel who tried to kill him and whose pride was hurt because she failed and she's never failed before, has sex with Spawn. And again, all God's people said, "What?" I could buy that defeating her might earn Spawn some respect if it wasn't so blatantly obvious that he had no idea what he was doing when he sucked her into his cloak. His win was totally contrived, and frankly, it was hard to tell what happened. Spawn got lucky, and now here they are alone and with nothing better to do, and Spawn gets lucky again, except this time in the biblical sense. I should reserve some judgment until I finish this mini, as we don't know yet what her motivations are, but I can't imagine. She says working with him now is just politics. Sleeping with a Hellspawn seems like bad strategy when you're being framed for working with Malebolgia. Sure, they're hidden off in an ethereal Spawn cavern where no one can find them and they don't even know if they can return from it since Spawn lost his cape, but if you're innocent, why do anything incriminating you'd have to lie about? And I could see a temporary desperate alliance with a Hellspawn, but how can she possibly be attracted to what she sees as a member of a bestial species she's been killing for thousands of years? And if not attracted, how is she not repelled? She killed a dragon in the first issue. If a dragon was brought to court by her friends as a witness and helped her escape, would it get lucky too? And I know I'm asking a lot of questions, but if the entire race of angels are comic book perfect, gorgeous women, how do they reproduce? And why would they be attracted to men? The whole thing has gone quickly from refreshingly engaging to familiarly nonsensical. But Spawn and Angela are admittedly cute together, and Gaiman manages to write them with a fair bit of chemistry, despite Spawn coming off like a lovesick puppy and stuttering every time he tries to talk to her. He's gone from unflinching, sharpshooting sniper to the teenage nerdy kid at the prom with the Cheetos stain down the front of his white button-down shirt, trying not to trip over his untied shoelaces, asking his date to dance, who he knows is too good for him and is only there with him because no one else was available. But that's okay. Spawn's costume has been freaking out because it knows it's in a heavenly domain, and I'd be pretty nervous too if I looked like Super Shredder. Like last issue, the details still help the world come alive. I like that Angela's defense attorney is naive and too young at 200, and so Angela knows she isn't getting a fair trial, probably all rigged by Gabrielle, though all we know about her so far is that she likes strawberries and hates Angela. Spawn's chains and Angela's ribbons intertwining is also a neat image. Tomorrow, I'll find out if an angel who kills spawns and a spawn who spent all last issue pining after his widow, sleeping together, can possibly be made to work, even by Neil Gaiman. Signed, Captain Logan.